Hello everyone! I just wanted to thank everyone who gave a name suggestion for my book outlet bear. This bear, his name is Sir Books-A-Lot. And he just wants to say hi! Welcome to my June wrap-up! So this is my June wrap-up. I read a total of 2 books. I've started other books, but these are the books that I finished in the month of June. They are a 4-star read and a 2-star read. Can you guess which one's which? If you follow me on Twitter or Goodreads, you know which one's which. I wanted to read a lot of tomes this month, but it was just, the first week of June gave me so much anxiety because I started reading Winter, and Winter was just giving me a lot of anxiety. Every page, I was afraid that Levana was just gonna lose her shit and we'd start losing some people. I don't know how this book ends, and I'm afraid to find out. I really need to pick up the book and finish it already, but it was just giving me so much anxiety. Like, not real anxiety, like panic attack anxiety, but just like kind of anxiety. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. So I needed to pick up a different book, and so I figured, hey, I can come back to Winter when I'm really, really frustrated with A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Because, as you know, I gave A Court of Thorns and Roses a 2.5 stars. I didn't really like it, so I figured, hey, I just go back to Winter when I was like, enough with these shenanigans. But I really liked this book. I gave it 4 stars. I would have given it a 5 stars if it wasn't for some things in this book and ACOTAR. As you can see, this is the first time I've ever actually tabbed a book. I mean, these are sections of the book that I had to read too, because I read this book as part of the Read and Run-alongs reading group thing. So this was like the discussion points that they had in the Goodreads group. Mainly that was to help me go back to certain points and type it all out. I really enjoyed this book. The first part not so much, because Tamlin is a bit of a douchebag and I don't really care for him at all. And there are other reasons for that too that I'm not going to get into because of spoilers. But mainly from this book, I really love the way that they dealt with PTSD, especially with the events at the last part of Court of Thorns and Roses, being under the mountains for some of these people for more than those few months that Feyre was in the mountain or under the mountain. And also with dealing with companionship and, you know, striking a friendship with someone who you eventually fall in love with, and I feel like that speaks to me more than insta-love. Going through your feelings, going, do I feel this for this person? Should I feel these things for this person? And just the whole relationship and the things that are happening. Rhys is now one of my new fictional boyfriends, and I don't have many fictional boyfriends. Like, now I have like 2, maybe 3. I don't know. Critiques I have for this book: that Tamlin and Lucien felt very surface characters. Like, they felt like surface characters, don't really get too much deep into them. And I feel like the last part of the book happened really, really, really fast. You have this big chunk of a book, which a lot of it is world building and discovering new things. And then just like out of this whole book, like maybe this chunk of it was like the stuff that happened with oh shit and what the fuck. That's all I could really do to describe that part of the book. I definitely will be picking up the 3rd book. I really hope that it's green. I think green would be a good color for the 3rd book. You know, red, blue, green, I don't know. That's just in my head. I really hope it's not yellow. Aesthetics. Oof. Next, I tried to read Genesis Girl by Jennifer Bardsley. I requested this from Month 9 Books. It was released last month, but I read about 30% of it and I DNF'd it because it was just really boring and I wasn't really interested in the story. The main character, I felt, was I think I just had problems with the fact that she was very deceitful and but in a way that's self-righteous, and I didn't really enjoy that. It's about a world that's very tech heavy, and there are people who are considered pure who have not grown up around technology or had their image captured by the internet, and when they turn 18 they're basically sold off as commodities for selling things. And you know, you can go geisha in this world, and so basically these Vestals have to do what their employer wants them to do to the best of their ability, and just some things that go with that, I was just not really enjoying it. And I could see this to be insta-lovey just a little bit, or not really on the part of the main character, but very deceitful, and I was not really enjoying it. So even though I did get this copy of this book for free from the publisher, unfortunately I am not going to be continuing it, and I feel bad. I do feel bad because it's my very first e-arc or arc in general, and I DNF'd it. Next, I picked up Reign of Shadows by Sophie Jordan. This is a book about a girl who lives in a tower. That sounds familiar. Rapunzel-esque, I guess, except she doesn't have long hair. Well, she's got like average girl's hair. Not average girl's hair, long girl hair. But basically she lives in a tower with her guardians, and the world outside is full of darkness. They've had an eclipse for the last 18 or so years, 17, 18 years, which has led to perpetual darkness and these creatures that come out. And I thought this was very interesting. Like, the main character is blind, so she's very attuned to her other senses, but I just thought this book was really okay. I read through the whole thing and I'm just like, okie dokie. I just wasn't feeling it. Some of the twists in it were kind of predictable, and it just came to the point where I'm like, why am I still reading this? Don't really care anymore. And the ending was just stupid. I mean, this is book 1 of a series, but the ending just ended mid-action sequence or something like that, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm done with you. So yeah, I gave this a 2 out of 5 stars because I didn't hate it, but it was just okay in my opinion. Other books that I've picked up in the month of June and are going to be rolling over into the month of July, including winter. But I started reading Traitor's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. This is a this is like a fantasy that's like Three Musketeers-esque, where you have the Greycoats, who used to be basically captains of the guard to the king, who is now dead. And there's that whole thing attached with it. And this book is washing me out because it's so white and it's making me so dark. How about this? I'm really enjoying this so far. I actually want to finish filming all my videos today so I can go back to reading this just a little bit more. So far there are these 3 characters. You've got, I want to say his name is Falcio or Falcio. It's like F-A-L-C-I-O. If you know how to pronounce that, please let me know. Kest and Brasti, who are his 2 friends, and Falcio is like the top of leader of the Greycoats, even though they've kind of disbanded since the king was killed. And the world kind of views them as bad people, calling them like tattercoats, traitors, and things of that nature. I was alerted to this series by Sam from Sam's Nonsense. She's read the first 2 books and is currently reading the 3rd one, and she loves this, and I haven't seen that many people reading this book, so I want to read it. I did show that I have book 2 in my book outlet book haul. I could not find a hardcover book in this book. The only one I found in hardback was in German, and I can't read books in German. Look at the difference of these books. And just look at that difference in these books. Hardbacks are killer. You could just chuck this at someone. This is why I prefer paperbacks. This last book I got as a free copy to review by the author herself, and this book is The Summer That Melted Everything by Tiffany McDaniel. This is a literary fiction book about the devil coming to town in a small town in Ohio, and the synopsis of it really intrigued me, so I was like, hey, yeah, I'll read your book and I'll let you know what I think of it. This book comes out, I believe, July 26th. Yes, this book comes out July 26th by St. Martin's Press, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm about 15% of the way in, and it's really descriptive in a cool sense of the way. I really like how it is. There is one quote so far that I really enjoy, and that's describing the character who is the devil as a kid who has like a box of crayons, and the black one is the shortest of the bunch because he uses his black crayon the most. And I don't know, that quote just really resonated with me because my favorite color is black, like my soul. Anyway, that is my June wrap up and sort of July TBR. Just the books that I'm rolling over into July. July also holds Booktubeathon. That's gonna be a thing that happens. I don't know how I'm gonna do with that, working a full-time job and all that jazz. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!